Kashish, has been confirmed now that the Tehelka journalist who alleged sexual rape by Tarun Tejpal has resigned from the organization?
Yes, that's correct, Amitabh. In fact, that resignation was sent via an email just about a few minutes ago, in fact. And essentially, I think we know in the last several days since that controversy actually first broke out that there was talk about the fact that she would possibly resign because, of course, these are very, very serious allegations. We also know that both Tarun as well as Shoma Chaudhary had repeatedly also spoken to her and urged her not to resign over this issue. In fact, but it seems that there are, over the last few days, we have seen that there have been so many accusations, even of a cover-up, both by Shoma as well, of course, as, conflicts in the accounts by Tarun Tejpal. And I think I haven't managed to speak to the girl yet, but I only just know that she has sent in her resignation just a few minutes ago. I'm not yet sure whether her resignation has been accepted, but I imagine that given that this girl has, from the very first day, been very, very categorically, conscious about her steps, what the next step that she's taken, what she needs to do after that, I doubt there's going to be any question about her taking that resignation back. Of course, there will now be questions about what actually happens to that internal inquiry which has been ordered by Shoma Chaudhary and within Tehelka of that particular case to have the facts come out. But at the moment, all we know is that she has sent in her resignation. And of course, there is the other news of the fact that, the cops are going to be taking her statement as well before the next step in the investigations in this particular case.
Right, Kashish, you're mentioning that internal inquiry that Shoma Chaudhary had also talked about. That is, as you're saying, the next question, since she's not a member of the organization anymore, what happens to that?
Absolutely, Amitabh. It's a little difficult to say right now at the moment, but, because the thing is that there is also, on the one hand, we're talking about the internal inquiry, but on the other hand, since this entire investigation, this entire case has in fact now gone to the police, and it's actually kind of taken, it's gone on to become an independent case. So would there really be any need for this girl now to be a part of this internal inquiry? I mean, these are decisions she has to take on her own. But given that there is now a legal inquiry being carried out under the state, by the state, she may now choose to just go with the state inquiry because that is, as I said earlier, is something that the cops are going to be hopefully taking her statement today. And, based on that, the investigations are going to continue. That FIR, of course, lodged by the Goa police. And the internal inquiry really is, at this point, anybody's guess. But, we are trying to keep in touch with her family and try to find out if she is going to partake in both the investigations or she's now going to choose to just be a part of the police investigations, given the fact that she hasn't been happy in the way Tehelka has handled the whole situation in the first place.
So, Kashish, is the implication then that she will be going by the state and police inquiry?
Well, Amitabh, we know that there were statements that came out from her, in the last few days, which talked about the fact that one, of course, the fact that, she did allege that Tejpal's family, Tarun Tejpal's family members had in fact landed up at the doorstep of her mother's house, and she was fearing that this would be the beginning of intimidation and harassment on her family as well as on her family. So, in a sense, we haven't spoken to the girl or spoken to her family at all, but there is a sense, Amitabh, in the sequence of events that have in fact played out, that she is not happy in the way Tehelka has handled this case. She's not happy in the way Tarun Tejpal has approached this entire case. And I assume that's one of the reasons why she has decided to go ahead and put in her resignation, even though an internal inquiry has only just been ordered a few days ago, which was, remember, one of her primary demands, that the internal inquiry should be ordered. But remember, her secondary demand was that Tarun Tejpal should accept all of those allegations that she had in fact made and make them public within the organization. Now remember, while Shoma Chaudhary did give in and say that we are going to set up a sexual harassment committee that is going to order an internal inquiry into the incident, but the second part of what that young journalist wanted was that Tarun Tejpal accept all those allegations and make them public. And that, remember, that hasn't happened because he has in fact shown that there is a conflict in several of his accounts of the version of what actually happened that night. So there is every reason, Amitabh, to believe that, she probably feels that, on this count, from the count of the Tehelka side, she's probably not going to get the kind of justice that she's looking for. And given that these are very, very serious allegations, Amitabh, it would seem that she's decided that she's not perhaps going to let Tehelka, bring the due course of justice, but probably go with the state.